The 2005 NCAA Women's Volleyball Tournament for the campus of Penn State University. Jason Knapp along with Penn State men's assistant volleyball coach Dennis Hohenschel. Hope you're enjoying our coverage tonight on WPSU. Penn State taking game one 30-11. Long Island giving a stiff challenge to Penn State in game number two before the Nittany Lions prevailed 30-27. And right now, Penn State strikes first in game number three.
And I think the big difference between that first and second game is if you look at number-wise, is hitting percentage, where Penn State hits 500 in that first game and then goes down to 139. Fawcett only takes 3 swings in that second game. You know, your person who has the most swings is Katie Price, and she has 16 swings, and she's hit no 62. So you want to sort of change that balance a little bit, and I'm sure that's one of the things they discussed in between the two games.
And certainly Long Island seemed to get a little bit more confidence. Maybe they've got the jitters out of their system early on after hitting in the negative in game one. They raised that percentage in game number two and certainly gave Penn State all it could handle.
And I think Long Island did some good things. You know, they served the ball to Katie Price, made her pass a little bit, got Penn State stuck in some rotations, and did what they needed to do to have a chance to win that game.
Big block up front. Walbridge leading the charge. Holloway there as well. The whistle here. Violation against Long Island.
Yeah, it's a rotation violation, serve-receive violation, an overlap. There's certain places you can be in certain rotations, and they're overlapped.
The Long Island coach, Toby Renz, talking with official Kurt Fulmer about the call. And he's going to pop open his notebook and compare some notes with the official.
Yeah, and it looks like they got confused as to where they were, who's the next server, and what rotation they're going to be in.
Yeah, Long Island was out of rotation. Penn State picks up the point and now tacks on another one with Price, and those are the little things that can kill you.
Yeah, you don't want to give up 3 points by not having to do anything, and you can't do that. That just, you know, especially if you have a little bit of momentum going into that game, and you lose it all right there by doing that.
Vasilovich setting Jackson on the far side, but boy, Penn State's block really honing in right now.
Yeah, and you know, I'd like to be a fly in that locker room wall in between games to see what was said, but they jumped out just like they did in that first game by blocking balls and then, you know, digging everything right now, and every swing they've taken has been a kill so far.
And Kate Price up the gut and with no block in her way. That is easy pickings.
Yeah, and this is, you know, what you hope you were going to come out and do, you know, right out of the gate. And the rhythm they've established has been pretty good.
Go back to Price that gets blocked with Penn State. Quick hands, keeping it alive, and Holloway flicks it down.
Yeah, and that's just really one of those bam-bam plays where you don't have a lot of time to do anything, but Holloway was in the right space at the right time.
Well, Penn State certainly enthused here, coming out of the locker room in game number 3 with a quick 7-point advantage, thanks in part to number 8. Penn State looking for its 25th win in a row and its 23rd during that streak by a 3-0 sweep, leading Long Island 2-0 and now 9-1 here in game number 3, thanks in part to another big block.
Yeah, and I think that might be the 3rd block of this game. They've really started to done a real nice job, something that I don't think they did real well in game 2, but getting back into a real good blocking rhythm.
Polina Walters with a fabulous dig. Long Island answers. Wagner with a nice dig, but Tortorello picking her spots again nicely for the dump.
Yeah, that was a real nice play. She took a quick look at where the defense was, noticed that they had all dropped back and just dumped the ball right over top the net.
Sneaking a peek and then sneaking one in between the seam. And boy, that block, #1 in the Big Ten and #4 nationally, and you really sense that that may have been a topic of discussion in the locker room.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it is just being real patient. You know, I think they got real jumpy sort of at the net, and they have to make good reads and just sort of stay in there and hang in there because the offense is pretty high and they have enough time to move to wherever the ball is, and they've done that.
And it continues again. Kate Price.
You see those Kate Price and Melissa Wahlberg just hang in there looking for that pipe ball and get their hands over and stuff it.
Penn State also getting a piece of that one on the outside. Holloway misfires.
And I think that's trying to hit that ball right down the line. That's a ball that you just have to hit into the court, make them dig you, and you're trying to be too precise and trying to hit the ball right on the line. You want to hit the ball about 2 feet inside the line on that play.
Walbridge in the middle tried to send one to the back corner. That was spotted by Long Island, but they're not stopping that laser from Kate Price.
Yeah, real nice play by Kate Price there. You know, she had to dig the tip ball. She's inside the court. She runs a little bit of a what we call 2-ball inside right in the middle of the court, and there's no one there to block her.
Kate Price been thoroughly involved, especially here in game #3, triggering things with a block, and now coming through with a couple of kills, and more mixing it up as Tortorella setting up Sawyer that time.
Yeah, and Cassie's done a real nice job in the middle. You know, like we said, this is week #2 of her getting back into a rhythm of hitting that quick ball, and that's a real nice job in transition of getting up and being ready to hit.
And she played first weekend for Penn State in the middle, then went outside, and now has worked her way back into the middle with the injury to Harmado. And again, even though it sounds like a simple switch, just moving over about 10 feet,
yeah,
it's quite a difference.
It's a tempo thing. It's a now you have 30 feet in net to cover more, you know, instead of 10 feet, and it's a little different.
Fawcett from the back row powers it across the tape, and it falls to the floor.
And that's the one thing that they haven't done a lot with Fawcett. I think you're going to see it happen more and more, set her more in the back row, especially when they get caught like they did in game 2. They got to be willing to set her some balls out of the back row to get them out of trouble.
Price again. Stuff block that time in the front.
Yeah, they're in a real good rhythm right now. You just see Kate Price go up, get her hands across the net, take away the cross court, and stuff the ball down to the floor.
Jackson still firing. Found an open spot to negotiate that one through the Penn State block. Tortorella, tough ball there at the net. And Long Island wins that head-to-head matchup.
Yeah, and this is where Kate Price has struggled with her passing. This float serve, I think, especially with Jackson right now, because she hits that little cross-court float serve, and it moves a little bit on Price.
Kate handling that first possession. Penn State watching Wagner and company misfire. Jackson a little too strong there. Penn State defensively now 13 blocks, 6 of them coming here in game #3. Tortorella, that's easy pickings for the lady they call Big Girl, 6'5", Cassie Salyer.
Yeah, and that's a nice transition ball where, you know, if you can set that quick ball in transition off of the dig that the defense usually isn't ready for, and it's a pretty easy picking.
Tortorella, boy, that's easy as pie as well. Right in the front, in the center, turning around and slamming it down.
Yeah. When you're the center, that's when your eyes get real big. You don't get the chance to hit the ball very often, and when that ball comes over, those eyes get pretty big, and she was ready for it.
I can do it too.
Yeah,
put these balls away. Sam Tortorella, Big Ten Player of the Year, Big Ten champion. The Lions want to take a step closer towards the national championship round. Good things have been happening for Penn State, especially since they ratcheted up the defense here in game #3. 19-5 advantage on Long Island here as Penn State tries to close out a 3-game sweep and move to round #3 of this 2005 NCAA tournament. Iniska with a kill for Long Island. She was a factor when the Blackbirds made their run in game number 2. And you see Kate Price, 6 blocks tonight, career high for the sophomore from Fraser, Michigan.
Yeah, it's the one thing. I think she's been really good tonight at the net and has been real solid. And they need that from her. They need her to be able to control the left side of the net when she's front row.
Nicole Fawcett still firing at optimal numbers right now. Hitting in the stratosphere. Over 900 for most of the match. See Joni Gooman checking in, freshman from Allentown, to serve. Had a couple of aces in the round 1 victory over Cornell. Another devastating block from Penn State. Tortorello and Walbridge leading the way.
And blocking's a real rhythm thing. You know, you go, it's a streaky thing where you can be real hot and real cold, where you think you're doing some things real well, and it just, you know, if you get into one of those rhythms like Penn State is right now, the other team's going to be in trouble.
And you see, too, it's a way that your team can get back in when other things aren't going well.
Exactly. It's, you know, it's when you're not doing siding out real well, that's a thing that can really turn momentum. You know, big blocks and doing some stuff like that are, you know, I think the net play are the things that can really turn momentums in games.
See Penn State with a decisive advantage in the block category and in the kill category when it comes to that young lady. Nicole Fawcett free swinging again.
Yeah, I think that might be her 15th kill on 17 swings with no errors right now. So, you know, she's getting it done right now.
Walbridge getting a chance in the middle. And you see Sam Tortorello has done a good job of mixing things up again. And Penn State has so many weapons. 5 players averaging over 2 kills per game. It will certainly be a key to have everybody involved as they move further in the tournament. But boy, riding the right arm of that freshman, it certainly has folks around these parts thinking of big things for this team. Tortorello with a quality dig. And she can do more than just kill. Fawcett with a block.
Yeah, and those are the blocks you like to see, because Walbridge works real hard there. She gets full, works real hard to get to the outside, and the ball sort of comes off the tape, and she still gets a piece of that. So, you know, you're real happy with the work ethic there that she does.
25-7 here in game number 3. Penn State cruising towards another sweep. Fawcett converting one more time.
It's almost like Sam in game 2 said, well, I'm going to give some other people some chances here and see what happens. And, you know, probably went and said enough of that. And we're back to the set Nick Fawcett out there on the left side, and it's a kill.
Vasilovic trying to dump it there, but just at a bad angle. Pushes it out of bounds. Walbridge strong again from that spot in the middle.
Walbridge, we were talking about sort of that quiet match. There's another one. You know, she has 6 kills, 9 blocks right now. You know, she's been pretty solid all night long.
She can put up bigger numbers if needed. 12 kills at 571 with no errors in the Big Ten finale for Penn State against Michigan this season. Long Island getting a side out. Blackbirds to serve. Penn State still standing 2 points away from a 3-game sweep. And now 1 point away after the service error from Long Island. Well, Penn State volleyball and head coach Russ Rowe has been dreaming about making it to the regional that they're hosting next weekend. And they are now a point away from getting to that vantage point in the NCAA tournament. And they are there. Jackson fires wide, and Penn State moving on. to the regional semifinal and the round of 16, a 3-0 sweep of Long Island.